Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, is the definitive hero of East Asian mythology. Born from a mystical stone on Flower Fruit Mountain, his journey is one of rebellion, magic, and ultimate enlightenment. This legendary figure, central to the Ming Dynasty masterpiece Journey to the West, has captivated imaginations for centuries. Today we go beyond the surface to explore the facts, the feats, and the philosophy of the great sage equal to heaven, uncovering why he remains a global icon. The story begins with a miraculous stone egg, nurtured by the breath of heaven and earth. Perched atop the mountain of flowers and fruit, this rock had been absorbing the essence of the sun and moon for eons. One day, it split open, giving birth to a stone monkey. This was no ordinary animal. Upon his birth, rays of golden light shot from his eyes, piercing the clouds and startling the Jade Emperor in his celestial palace. The young monkey soon integrated with the local primate tribes. His bravery was proven when he leaped through a thunderous waterfall to discover the hidden water curtain cave. Inside, he found a paradise equipped with stone bridges and furniture, a perfect refuge for his kind. For his courage, the other monkeys proclaimed him their king. He spent centuries ruling in peace, yet a growing shadow of existential dread began to cloud his merry life. Despite his power, Wukong realized that death was the only enemy he could not fight. Troubled by the mortality of his subjects, he decided to seek the secret of eternal life. He set sail on a simple raft, traveling across oceans and lands disguised as a human. His quest eventually led him to the patriarch Subhuti, a powerful immortal who recognized the monkey's extraordinary potential and agreed to take him as a disciple. Under Subhuti's tutelage, Wukong mastered the 72 earthly transformations, allowing him to take any shape, from a blade of grass to a ferocious tiger. He also learned the somersault cloud technique, enabling him to travel 108,000 miles in a single leap. These powers, combined with his natural agility, made him a force to be reckoned with. However, his pride grew alongside his strength, eventually leading to his expulsion from the master's temple. Returning to his kingdom, Wukong found his subjects oppressed by demons. He easily defeated the invaders, but felt his arsenal was lacking. He traveled to the undersea palace of the Dragon King of the East Sea, demanding a weapon worthy of his status. There, he found the Ruyi Jingu Bang, a massive iron pillar used to measure the depths of the ocean. To the Dragon King's shock, Wukong could command it to shrink into a staff. The staff was no ordinary weapon. It weighed 17,550 pounds. Yet, Wukong wielded it like a feather. It could grow to pierce the heavens or shrink to the size of a needle to be tucked behind his ear. Not satisfied with just a weapon, he also coerced the 4 Dragon Kings into giving him a suit of golden armor, a phoenix feather cap, and cloud-walking boots. Armed and armored, the Monkey King was now a truly formidable deity. Wukong's arrogance soon brought him to the attention of the underworld. When his time on Earth was supposedly up, he was dragged to hell. Outraged, he fought his way to the King of Hell's office and demanded the Book of Life and Death. He didn't just erase his own name, he crossed out the names of every monkey on Flower Fruit Mountain, granting them all immortality and causing a bureaucratic nightmare for the celestial administration. The Jade Emperor, seeking to avoid a war, invited Wukong to heaven, offering him the title of Pima Wen. Wukong accepted, believing it to be a high honor, only to discover later that it was merely the rank of a stable boy for the celestial horses. Insulted and furious, he abandoned his post, smashed the stable gates, and returned home, proclaiming himself the great sage equal to heaven. Heaven sent its best generals to subdue him, but Wukong defeated them all. Impressed by his might, the Jade Emperor finally granted him the title he demanded, but it was just a name without power. He was assigned to guard the Garden of Immortal Peaches. These peaches were rare. Some took 9,000 years to ripen and granted eternal life to whoever ate them. Naturally, Wukong couldn't resist the temptation and feasted on the most powerful ones. Wukong's mischief didn't stop at the garden. He crashed a great banquet held by the Queen Mother of the West, drinking the divine wine and stealing Lao Tzu's golden pills of longevity. Each pill was a condensed form of spiritual energy, and Wukong ate them by the handful like candy. With the peaches, the wine, and the pills combined, his body became virtually indestructible, hardening into a vessel of pure divine energy. The Jade Emperor had had enough. He sent the entire heavenly host to capture Wukong. A truly epic war ensued. Wukong faced the greatest warriors of the heavens, including the three-eyed god Erlong Shun. Their duel was a masterclass in transformation. When Erlong turned into a hawk, Wukong became a crane. Only through the intervention of Lao Tzu, who hit Wukong with a magical snare, was the Monkey King finally captured. Heaven tried to execute him, but nothing worked. Blades shattered against his skin and lightning could not burn him. Lao Tzu suggested putting him into the 8 trigrams furnace to refine the stolen pills out of his body. Wukong spent 49 days in the intense heat. However, he found a cool spot where the wind blew and survived. When the furnace was opened, he leaped out, his eyes now glowing with the fiery eyes with golden pupils. The refined Wukong was more dangerous than ever. He went on a rampage through heaven, and the Jade Emperor was forced to call upon the Buddha for help. The Buddha met Wukong and made a simple bet. If Wukong could jump off the palm of the Buddha's hand, he would be made the new Jade Emperor. Wukong, confident in his 108,000-mile somersault, laughed and accepted the challenge immediately. Wukong leaped with all his might, flying to the very edge of the universe. There, he found 5 pink pillars and wrote, "The great sage equal to heaven was here," on one, even leaving a mark of disrespect. He returned, claiming victory. The Buddha simply opened his hand, revealing Wukong's writing on his middle finger. Wukong had never even left the palm. The Buddha then flipped his hand, transforming it into the 5 Elements mountain, pinning the monkey beneath it. For 500 years, Wukong remained imprisoned under the mountain, surviving on copper pills and iron juice provided by local spirits. This was his time of reflection and penance. His chance for redemption came when the Bodhisattva Guanyin searched for a protector for the monk Tang Sanzang. Tang Sanzang was tasked with a perilous journey to India to retrieve sacred Buddhist scriptures. Wukong was offered freedom in exchange for his protection. The monk released Wukong, but to control the wild monkey's temper, Guanyin gave Tang Sanzang a magical golden fillet. When the monk chanted a specific sutra, the band would tighten around Wukong's head, causing agonizing pain. This was the only way to ensure the rebellious great sage would obey a mortal. Along their journey, they were joined by 2 other flawed disciples, the gluttonous pig demon Juba Ji and the quiet sand demon Sha Wujing. Their trek was a series of 81 trials, each designed to test their character and resolve. They faced countless demons, monsters, and wicked spirits who wanted to eat the monk's flesh to achieve immortality. Wukong was the group's primary defender. He used his fiery eyes to see through demonic disguises that fooled the others. Often misunderstood by his master for his violent methods, Wukong's loyalty was tested as much as his strength. One of their most famous encounters was with the White Bone Demon, a shapeshifter who tried to trick the monk 3 times. Each time, Wukong saw through the illusion and killed the demon's human forms. The monk, horrified by what appeared to be the murder of innocents, banished Wukong. This arc highlights the tragic side of Wukong's journey, his struggle to be recognized as a protector despite his violent nature and his master's naivety. Eventually, Wukong returned, saving his master from certain death yet again. Through these trials, his character began to change. He moved from being a purely selfish rebel to a dedicated disciple. The journey served as an allegory for the Buddhist path to enlightenment, where the monkey mind, restless and impulsive, must be tamed and channeled toward a higher purpose. Each monster defeated was a metaphor for an internal vice overcome. After 14 years and thousands of miles, the group finally reached the Vulture Peak in India. They met the Buddha and received the sacred scriptures. For his unwavering protection of the monk and his spiritual growth, Sun Wukong was granted the ultimate reward. he was elevated to the status of a Buddha himself, specifically the victorious fighting Buddha. The golden fillet finally fell from his head, signifying his true freedom. Sun Wukong's influence on culture is hard to overstate. He is a symbol of resilience against unjust authority. In China, he is a beloved folk hero, appearing in countless operas, puppets, and traditional paintings. His character embodies the spirit of curiosity and the strength to challenge the status quo. To many, he is not just a myth, but a representation of the indomitable human spirit that refuses to be caged or controlled. In the modern era, the Monkey King has seen a massive resurgence. He is the inspiration behind Son Goku from the world-famous Dragon Ball series. His powers and staff are the blueprints for countless video game characters and superheroes. From big-budget movies to independent games, Sun Wukong continues to evolve, proving that his story is as relevant today as it was in the 16th century. He has truly become a global pop culture phenomenon. Beyond the action and magic, the story of Sun Wukong is deeply educational. It teaches us about the history of the Silk Road and the transmission of Buddhism from India to China. It provides a window into the political and social structures of the Ming Dynasty, often satirizing the bureaucracy of the time through the bumbling officials of heaven. It is a rich tapestry of history, religion, and biting social commentary. The legend also explores the balance between power and responsibility. Wukong's early life is defined by power without wisdom, leading to chaos and suffering. His later life is defined by power in the service of a higher cause. This transition is a core lesson in many philosophical traditions. It asks us, how do we use our talents? For our own glory or for the benefit of others? Sun Wukong's life provides a thrilling answer to this eternal question. Philosophically, Sun Wukong represents the restless heart. In Chinese philosophy, the monkey is often used as a metaphor for the mind that is constantly jumping from thought to thought, unable to find peace. By following his journey, we learn that even the most chaotic and powerful spirit can be refined and enlightened. His story is ultimately one of hope, that no matter how far we fall or how many mistakes we make, a path to redemption is always open. The longevity of his tale is also due to its incredible world building. From the crystal palaces of the deep sea to the floating islands of the heavens, Journey to the West created a fantasy universe that rivals any modern franchise. The creatures they encounter, like the spider demons or the Red Boy, are steeped in layers of folklore and local myth, creating a rich cultural encyclopedia within a single adventure. This depth ensures there is always something new to discover. Even today, new facts and interpretations emerge. Archaeological findings and textual analysis continue to link Sun Wukong to earlier Indian myths, such as the monkey god Hanuman from the Ramayana. This cross-cultural connection shows how stories travel and transform along with the people who tell them. Sun Wukong is a bridge between civilizations, a testament to the shared human love for heroes who can overcome the impossible and laugh in the face of fate. In conclusion, Sun Wukong is more than just a character. He is a force of nature. His story encompasses the full range of the human experience, from the thrill of rebellion to the pain of imprisonment and the joy of enlightenment. Whether through the pages of a 16th century book or the screen of a modern console, the Monkey King continues to leap into our hearts. He reminds us to keep our spirits high, our staff ready, and our eyes on the horizon. We hope this deep dive into the legend of Sun Wukong has been both informative and inspiring. His tale is a reminder that wisdom is a journey, not a destination. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of one of the world's most enduring legends. Keep exploring, keep learning, and like the great sage himself, never let anything stand in the way of your search for truth and freedom.